Hey everybody, Hardtekticon is back and I'm bringing you some more, yes, more Dinobot action with this Brontosaurus. I'm going to call this one a Brontosaurus. It is Columpio from Fansproject, and he's got a mouth that opens for sharp teeth, and he's going to come and bite you! Alright, so here we have the third-party company's Fansproject's Columpio, which is their take on Slug. Now this is my third-party Dinobot, meaning I've already got three Brachiosaurus, Brontosaurus, whatever you want to call these guys. We're going Brontosaurus because it's cool. Remember kindergarten? Huh? Do y'all remember? Okay. This is a Brontosaurus. It's the third Brontosaurus I've gotten from a third party. Alright. Wow. And right now, yeah, you're already seeing all the articulation. Yeah. Right now, this is the only Dino Sludge that I have all three versions of. I have him, and I've got the other two that I've already reviewed. So, this one was like one of the first ones to really come out. So, I'm going to kind of go as quick as I possibly can through this review. So, you already know who he is. He has got some cool shiny gold paint on his head and his feet and the tip of his tail right there. Looking really good. He comes with a little, I guess for lack of saying, it's kind of like a third-party Minicon in Drepan. I believe I'm saying that right, Drepan. And here he is. He turns into kind of like a sickle axe thing, and is supposed to be able to ride on him, kind of like Optimus did in AoE. Shut up, haters. I like it. So, but yeah, let's get back to this guy. He's got some really, really great paint apps. Look at that blue. That is some pretty blue. Lots of silver paint right here, which looks really good. The rest is just kind of a flat gray. With, I mean, it's got a lot of swirly effects in there. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. But yeah, he's a Brontosaurus. For articulation, he can. Well, let's start with here. He's got articulation right here in his mouth. It opens barely. I mean, he opens pretty wide, and the teeth are, pretty frickin' sharp, as you can see. I mean, I barely put that on my finger. And so articulation here, 360 ball joint articulation there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ball joint articulation points in his neck alone. So already when it comes to Brontosaurus neck articulation, this guy is the big winner. Yeah, praise yourself, Columpio. He's got articulation in his front legs, 360 degree ball joint back and forth articulation at the, for lack of knowing dinosaur anatomy, shoulder. Right here at the bicep is a swivel. We got a back and forth double joint right here. You see that? Double joint. And a little bit in his toe due to transformation. No waist articulation, no tail articulation, but in the back leg we got the same type of ball joint, allowing for 360 degree in, out, all kinds of articulation. We've got a little bit here at the knee, and a little bit here, or a lot here at the ankle. So that is it for articulation. So, let's take a better look at his partner, Drepan. This axe and shield can be removed from him. Easy as cider pie. And right here, in case you have not known, that as far back as it can go. It's a little annoying, but you know, when you got these guys displayed, especially if you're displaying them in weapon mode, it does not matter. But he's got articulation in his head. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can get a close-up shot. Huh? He's got a battle mask, kind of bluish eyes. There you go. He's got articulation in the head. It just swivels around 360. He's got kind of double jointed articulation in his shoulders. There's a ball joint right here and then like a swivel joint right there. Double articulation in the elbows and no wrist swivels. He's got articulation at the thigh, the knee. The knee is actually a thigh and knee is a ball joint, and he's got a little bit of toe articulation. Now, supposedly, you're supposed to be able to ride. You just grab these gold pieces, 180 them, and they're actually supposed to clip together in this mode, but not in the other way around. There, click. And you see that there is some holes in his back. And no, that's not from some infection. It's supposed to be there. Just kind of put them in a kind of sitting stance. Oh yeah, you gotta take these blades, which are also articulated for weapon mode, and kind of bring them back. You'll get to see weapon mode soon enough. And he can sit in there. Whatever. Really, I'm gonna say 70% of the reason why I bought Fansproject's Dinobots, I've only got 2 so far. I'm gonna be getting the 3rd one soon. Let's straighten his neck spines out. Is for these little guys, because I'm just a big friggin' lover of minicons. You throw a minicon in the crappiest Transformer package with a crappy Transformer, throw a $10 price tag on it, I'm like, ooh, minicon! And I've got to have it. This one, that's how I felt. I really, really wanted the minicon. I really was not interested in the Dinobot. I was just totally jealous that of the 2 Dinobot lines that I'm getting did not come with minicons, and this one did. I am not wowed by this minicon. I don't know why. He's great. He's got ridiculous amounts of articulation. There are Generations figures. Most Generations figures don't have this much articulation. But for some reason, I'm just not really getting into him. I mean, he's got plenty of silver, gray, and red paint. Like I said, the blue eyes. But I don't know. I'm just not getting excited about him. So, real quick, let's move the minicon to the side, Drepan, and do some already did articulation comparisons. Let me fix his back. The thing is, it doesn't even fully cover the hole. So, first of all, let's do a Hasbro figure. Here we have Slog from Transformers AOE. He's off screen, there we go. That's how they look together. I also have Kubrar, which is, again, from the same line. And that's how they look together. I will be reviewing him as soon as I get the chance. I'm gonna bite his horn until then. So that's how they look. Kind of see if I can get them closer. It's hard to with their tails. They got very unarticulated tails. Okay. So there's some quick comparisons. And let's get this guy transformed in a robot mode. Wait, I didn't show off our accessories. He comes with this really, really, really cool sword. I am really liking that, and there's a lot of weight to it. too is weighty. But great sword. Loving it. G1 accurate. Not like I care, but some people do. Chomp. And he comes with this thing, which is a gun. You take this little silver thing, flip it around, there's a bayonet, and then you grab this part right here, pull it down, and there's a handle. But it's also got these pegs, which are 5mm pegs. And good thing I'm about to transform them because this is a pain. And you can plug them in there, or in there. Maybe there, let's see. No, only there, and on the other sides. I prefer right here. See, it works. I'm only doing this temporarily, so it doesn't have to look great. But you can make it look good. And this one is tight. But yeah, there he is with his weapons stored. You can even transform this guy into his weapon mode, which let's go ahead and do, and store it on Columpio. So first of all, you want to fold his arms up like that, to where they're kind of in a block position, and flip them up like that, like right next to his head. Do the same with the other side. Make sure you do it right. You kind of want to do it like that and then up. Okay. Oh, you might want to put this first, which real quick, in case you didn't notice, if you do that, grab his head and then pull the handle down, he kind of has like a dino battle mask. So cool. Yeah, I'm still not in love with this minicon despite that fact. That was one of the things I thought was cool. Good things adjusted here. Okay, so put this back on. Do what I said earlier. And this peg right here is going to plug in there. And this peg right there is just kind of go over the dino face. Same thing on the other side. I know it's time to retire this, but I just haven't found a good replacement. And I know about toy hacks, I just haven't done it. Okay, so from here, we want to bring the leg down and to the side, like that, and bring the little foot piece, toe piece down. Do the same thing to the other side, make sure the blades aren't blocking anything. There we go. Wrong. So, like that. And you can see it kind of connects. Again, put the toe right there. And there's actually, well, there's many ways to configure the blade, but there's two main ways. First of all, flip these up. Flip that part out. Straighten it up. Straighten it up. And I'll fix him in a second. Okay. There we go. You just want to peg them perfectly. And it's supposed to be kind of something like this. Is the main way. But if you look, there is a notch right there. And a notch hole. So, fold this one back up, the one with the notch hole. And put it right here. And then flip this around, just kind of work it until everything lines up. And break everything apart. And there you go. You got this weird configuration. Which I guess is a little better, in my personal opinion, than the previous. So let's leave them like that. Now, let's get on to Sludge, who's supposed to be called Columpio, and transform him. So first of all, get these out of the way, however you want. Just going to do it like this. Grab them, and right here, see where the seam is? where there's gray and silver. Kind of just undo that. Alright. So from here, if you want, you can go ahead and do the arms. The front legs turn into the arms. Just fold that down. Kind of split it. Bring the fist out. And close it back up. Same thing with the other side. Bring the foot down. Split the leg. Bring the fist out. Close it back up. Okay. So, we got that done. Let's split the tail now. And this, the tail's back half is going to turn into his legs. There's absolutely no adhesive stick to this anymore. So, this is where things get kind of messy and sloppy. Fold this down to get it out of, well, first of all, you can go ahead and fold the tip of the tail inside the rest of the tail. And kind of get things out of the friggin' way. Do the same over here. If I can. And I think this is one of the reasons why I'm not crazy about this Dinobot. It's such a mess. But yeah, kind of get the tail on the side and just bring things around. Kind of move this piece right here with the red square on it a little forward so we can finish his leg thing. And then from here, flip it around to where the outside of the tail is right there. And there's a peg right there that's going to be plugging into right there. So, do that. Okay. And then this gold piece becomes his foot, and flip that down. Now the tail acts as a heel. So, do the same thing on the other side. Do the same thing on the other side. Kind of get the feet, legs, dino legs out of the way. Move the this part. Flip this around. Okay. And from here, if you look right there, you got peg hole. The one in the circle. Sorry. You're going to peg it to this spot on the side of his leg, right there. If you want, you can kind of get that a little more out of the way. And peg. Same thing on this side. Just kind of get it pegged and flip the foot down. So now the legs are done. Now his hips are a little floppy right now. With the third figure in the line, they're actually going to fix that by giving him a pair of, or some new hips with ratchets. So yeah, go ahead and adjust the feet how you want. From here, you can have them like that. Would you like that? But we're going to go a little step further. Take these pieces and kind of unpeg them. Start bringing them toward the back. To be kind of, you know, robot wings. Not actual wings, but you know what I mean. Like Bumblebee has wings. Go ahead and kind of pull his arms out that way. And see how it extends them ever so slightly. And go ahead and grab his chest and pull. And that little black piece comes out. It's kind of silly, I think. Oh, right here, get everything straight. Then from here, just kind of grab his dino head. So, and flip it in between those two wings. Close his mouth if you want. Then the final part is to grab the very front part of his chest, this black piece, pull it out, and that's where his head stays. The lighting isn't very great today, guys. I'm sorry. And just grab the sword and flip it out. Now, unlike a lot of figures, he's actually got pegs. And there's some peg holes in there. Can't really see. Just kind of line things up. Get it plugged in. All that mess. And then the... Oh, I didn't peg it in right, apparently. There we go. So yeah. Put his arms back down. With these back parts, it makes it a little neater if you fold that in. Fold that in. And there we go. There's Columpio. I mean, and he really does look good. He looks amazing, actually. And maybe I'm just getting kind of burning myself out on the variety of Dinobots that I'm getting. Because, I mean, I got a whole bunch of Dinobots right now. Third-party Dinobots. Yeah, I'm gotta do some adjustments on his back. There we go. There we go. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. So, that looks better than most people have it, I think. But yeah, there is Columpio. And for weapons, as you already know, he's got this sword. You slide his sword right into his fist, which he's got these fingers. But you know what? Let's take a better look at him first. Put this dino head back down. Take a look at the head sculpt if we can actually get that much. You can see he's got some blue eyes that's really hidden by the visor. Not visor, but the top part of his helmet. But really interesting head sculpt. Really interesting the way the blue pops. Just pops at you. The red is really rich red. I like it. Articulation. Head is on a ball joint, so you got 360 range of movement. In and out for the arms. 360, because again, that's also on a ball joint. The legs are on a ball joint with a swivel at the thigh. And 2 knee joints, which are on ratchets. And then the only ankle tilt you get is this right here. And then you got the moving knee pads. And he's got 360 waist articulation and this ab crunch. So, there you go. That's actually kind of a cool pose right there. It's like, I am so about to destroy you with no weapons. So let's fix that. So, he's got his minicon guy right there. He's got his gun. He's got his sword. I actually did not finish the minicon because I forgot to add the minicon's weapons. This kind of reacts. And the shield. What you're going to do is, you see how there's some notches and such on the shield, and there's some notch holes and stuff. Just kind of plug it. You want the shield facing up. Okay? And when you plug it from the backside, it's going to face the right, I believe. Then you take this side, the side opposite of the blade, and this post is going to plug in there, and these are going to kind of clip in between the axe and notches and such. And there you go. So now he's got weapon storage. So, put him aside for the moment. Again with the sword. Oh, I forgot he's got, I think I said this already, but his fingers move in and out all at once. So, from there you can make him hold his sword, I guess. He's not doing a very good job of it. And then again, you can flip that down, which is already down, and flip the handle down and give him his gun with the bayonet. And he can hold all that. like a proud warrior should. Or you can take this, let's say the sword, and any one of the previous ports that I pointed out, he can plug it into. Or you move this wing out, and right in there, there is a plug right there. So let's plug it in there for the moment. Can't really close it from there though. And now he can hold his weapon. So there we got Columpio holding his weapon. So now let's do some comparisons. Alright, for comparison, we have Transformers AoE Slog, their take on the Brachiosaurus Brontosaurus thing. Yep. Stand. Now he's good head and shoulders taller than Slog. Here he is with his buddy Kubrar, who is fully armed up too. And Kubrar is about half a head taller if we were going by head, not dino head. Oh, it's not in frame even. And this is one reason I'm not too crazy about that. Look at that. But either way, whatever. Looking at the camera. And there's those two. And there's his Minitown guy. But yeah, Slog, he does have all his weapons. I just didn't feel like putting them on. Okay. And just for a more recent retail release figure, here we got Combiner Wars Optimus Prime. And Columpio is about a quarter head or a third head taller than Combiner Wars Optimus Prime. Don't tip. There you go. So, I believe I covered everything. So, now my next video, hopefully my next video, is going to be the big video where I take this guy and Planet X, Neptune, and Toy World's Muddy, and I'm going to compare all three. The reason why I chose those three to do this big trio comparison video is I'm not a Masterpiece collector, and right now all the other third-party Dinobots are kind of along the Masterpiece size. And some of you might argue, well, what about G Creation's Shuriken? And, you know, I was actually thinking about between Shuriken and Toy World's take on Sludge when I started looking into a Dino Combiner. And I decided that the Toy World was more of a Chug Classics, whatever you want to call it, size, where the G Creations was actually, it's a good inch, 2 inches taller than Toy World. And I think that starts putting it into the Masterpiece size. Now that is arguable, and you can argue it all you want. I don't really feel like being part of it. So I'm not going to argue it. I'm just going to do things my way. So, next review, we're going to have 3 Brontosaurus Dinobots to compare and see which Dinobot fits in your Classics collection best. So, until next time, I will see y'all later.